Imagine this. A 69-year-old woman, just like you or someone you love, is pushing her shopping cart down the grocery store aisle. She feels a slight tightness in her chest, but ignores it. Suddenly, she collapses to the floor. Her heart has stopped beating. The store erupts in panic. Shoppers scramble. An employee rushes to perform CPR, while another calls 911. Martha never thought this would happen to her. She felt fine that morning. She had no idea that 5 common habits she did every single day were silently destroying her heart. Did you know that more than 800,000 Americans suffer heart attacks each year? And what's truly frightening is that many victims had absolutely no warning signs. Their hearts just stopped. Here's the shocking truth. You might be doing things right now, everyday routines that seem completely harmless, that are actually putting tremendous strain on your heart. Small habits that could lead to that terrifying moment when your heart suddenly gives out. But there's hope. By identifying these 5 dangerous habits and making simple changes to your daily routine, you could potentially save your own life. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive treatments, just small adjustments that could make all the difference. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Today, I'm going to share the 5 most dangerous habits that can be silently damaging your heart without you even realizing it. And more importantly, I'll tell you exactly what to do instead. These solutions are simple, practical, and could transform your health. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Let's begin with the first deadly habit. 1. Ignoring sleep apnea symptoms. Margaret, age 72, would wake up multiple times each night gasping for air. She'd feel exhausted during the day, but she thought it was just part of getting older. She even joked with her friends about how she could fall asleep anywhere. What Margaret didn't realize was that her body was sending her urgent warnings. Sleep apnea affects nearly 25 million Americans, and it's especially common in people over 60. But here's what's truly alarming. When you have sleep apnea, your oxygen levels drop repeatedly throughout the night. Each time this happens, it puts tremendous strain on your heart. Think about it. Your heart is already working 24/7 to keep you alive. But when you have sleep apnea, your heart has to work even harder during the time it should be resting. It's like forcing someone to sprint intermittently throughout the night when they should be recovering. Over time, this constant strain dramatically increases your risk of high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, heart attack, and stroke. In fact, people with untreated sleep apnea are 4 times more likely to have a heart attack. The warning signs are clear once you know what to look for. Loud snoring followed by periods of silence. Gasping or choking during sleep. Waking up with a dry mouth or sore throat. Morning headaches. Daytime fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. Difficulty concentrating during the day. Margaret finally mentioned her symptoms to her doctor after watching a video like this one. Her doctor ordered a sleep study, and sure enough, she was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea. She started using a CPAP machine at night, and within just 2 weeks, she noticed a dramatic difference. Her energy returned, her blood pressure normalized, and her heart palpitations disappeared. The solution is straightforward. If you recognize any of these symptoms in yourself or your partner, talk to your doctor right away about getting a sleep test. Modern treatment options are more comfortable and less intrusive than ever before. Some people even use small oral appliances instead of CPAP machines. Making this one change could quite literally save your life. Don't wait until it's too late. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. 2. Taking just a little too much pain medication. Robert, 75, had been managing his arthritis pain for years with over-the-counter medications. He didn't think twice about taking a couple of pills whenever the pain flared up. Sometimes he'd take them 3 or 4 times a day. They're available without a prescription, he reasoned, so they must be safe. What Robert didn't realize was that he was putting his heart at serious risk. Many common pain relievers, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen, can increase your risk of heart attack and stroke, even if you've never had heart problems before. The FDA has issued strong warnings about these medications, but many seniors still don't realize the danger. Here's why it matters. These medications can cause your blood pressure to rise and can make existing heart failure worse. They can also reduce the effectiveness of certain blood pressure medications. The risk increases the longer you use these medications and the higher the dose. For someone like Robert, who was taking them multiple times a day for years, the risk was substantial. After experiencing chest pains one evening, Robert went to the emergency room. His doctor told him that his frequent use of pain relievers had contributed to his heart problems. The simple solution? Talk to your doctor about safer ways to manage chronic pain. Try topical pain relievers like creams or gels that don't affect your heart. Consider physical therapy or gentle exercise programs specifically designed for arthritis. Look into natural anti-inflammatory options like turmeric supplements. With your doctor's approval, use heat or cold therapy to manage pain flare-ups. If you must take pain medications, take the lowest effective dose for the shortest possible time. After his scare, Robert worked with his doctor to develop a comprehensive pain management plan that relied less on medications. He started water aerobics 3 times a week and used topical pain relievers. Not only did his heart health improve, but his overall mobility got better too. Remember, just because medications are available without a prescription doesn't mean they're completely safe in all situations. Always talk to your doctor about all the medications you're taking, even the over-the-counter ones. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. 3. Sitting for hours after meals. Barbara, 68, loved watching her evening TV shows right after dinner. She'd settle into her recliner around 6 p.m. and often wouldn't get up until bedtime, sometimes 3 or 4 hours later. It was her way of relaxing after a busy day. What Barbara didn't know was that this comfortable routine was putting tremendous strain on her heart, especially because she did it right after eating. When you eat a meal, your body diverts blood to your digestive system to help process the food. This is completely normal. But here's where the problem comes in. If you sit completely still during this time, your heart has to work much harder to keep your blood circulating properly. Studies have shown that sitting for long periods after meals can increase your blood sugar levels by up to 40% compared to light activity. These blood sugar spikes damage your blood vessels over time and significantly increase your risk of heart disease. For Barbara, this nightly routine was particularly dangerous because she also had slightly elevated blood pressure. The combination of post-meal inactivity and existing hypertension was putting her at serious risk for a heart attack. Barbara's wake-up call came when her doctor noticed concerning changes in her heart during a routine checkup. When asked about her daily habits, the connection became clear. The solution is remarkably simple. After meals, take a short, gentle walk for just 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. This small activity helps your body process food more efficiently, prevents dangerous blood sugar spikes, and reduces the workload on your heart. Barbara started taking a 15-minute walk around her neighborhood after dinner. On rainy days, she would simply walk around her house or do light chores. Within 3 months, her blood pressure improved. She lost 8 pounds without changing her diet, and she actually had more energy in the evenings. Think about it. 15 minutes of light movement could be the difference between a healthy heart and a life-threatening emergency. It doesn't require special equipment, a gym membership, or even much time. Just a small change to break up that long period of sitting. Many of my viewers have shared that they now use TV commercial breaks as reminders to get up and move around for a few minutes. Others set a simple timer on their phones. The specific approach doesn't matter, as long as you're not sitting continuously for hours, especially after meals. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. 4. Ignoring emotional stress and loneliness. James, 77, prided himself on being stoic and self-reliant. After his wife passed away, he rarely talked about his feelings with anyone. "I don't want to burden the kids," he'd say. He spent most days alone in his house, occasionally chatting with neighbors, but mostly keeping to himself. What James didn't realize was that his emotional isolation was as dangerous to his heart as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day. This isn't an exaggeration. Scientific research has conclusively shown that chronic loneliness and unaddressed emotional stress increase your risk of heart attack and stroke by nearly 30%. For seniors, the risk is even higher. Here's why it matters. When you're chronically stressed or lonely, your body produces higher levels of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones increase your blood pressure, elevate your heart rate, and can eventually lead to inflammation in your arteries. Over time, this creates the perfect conditions for heart disease. For James, the combination of grief, loneliness, and his reluctance to express his emotions created a dangerous situation for his heart health. The warning signs were there: occasional chest tightness, trouble sleeping, loss of appetite, but he dismissed them as normal parts of aging and grief. James's daughter finally convinced him to see a doctor after noticing how withdrawn he had become. His doctor found that he had developed atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that significantly increases stroke risk. The doctor explained that emotional health and heart health are deeply interconnected. The solution doesn't have to be complicated. Schedule regular social activities, even if it's just a coffee date with a friend once a week. O. Considera joine un comunidad group, organización religiosa o club de convivencia de hobby. Talk openly with family members or friends about your feelings. Look into volunteer opportunities. Helping others has been shown to reduce stress hormones. If grief or depression feels overwhelming, consider talking to a counselor or therapist. After his diagnosis, James reluctantly joined a widower's support group at his local senior center. To his surprise, he found it enormously helpful to talk with others who understood his experience. He also started volunteering at the local library 2 mornings a week. Within 6 months, his irregular heartbeat episodes decreased, his sleep improved, and he felt more like himself again. The lesson is clear. Emotional connection isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for heart health, especially as we age. Don't dismiss feelings of loneliness or persistent sadness as just part of getting older. They're important warning signs that your heart needs attention just as much as physical symptoms. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Ifti, misunderstanding heart healthy foods. Patricia, 70, was very health conscious. She carefully avoided red meat and eggs because of their cholesterol. Instead, she filled her kitchen with products labeled low fat, heart healthy, and cholesterol free. Her shopping cart was always full of fat-free yogurt, vegetable oils advertised as heart healthy, and whole grain crackers and cereals. Patricia was shocked when her doctor told her she had developed heart disease despite all her careful eating habits. What went wrong? Patricia had fallen victim to outdated nutrition advice and clever food marketing that actually led her to eat many foods that increased inflammation in her body, a key driver of heart disease. Let me explain. For decades, we were told that fat, especially saturated fat, was the enemy of heart health. But newer research has revealed that sugar and refined carbohydrates may actually be much more damaging to your heart. Many low-fat products are loaded with sugar to make up for the missing fat. And those heart-healthy vegetable oils? Many contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids that can promote inflammation when consumed in excess. For Patricia, her well-intentioned diet choices were actually increasing her heart disease risk in several ways. Her low-fat yogurts contained up to 20 grams of added sugar per serving. Oh, so the heart-healthy spreads she used contained partially hydrogenated oils. Her whole grain crackers were made with refined flours and added sugars. By avoiding eggs, she was missing out on important nutrients that can actually help heart health. The solution is to look beyond the marketing claims and understand what truly constitutes heart-healthy eating. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible. Don't fear natural fats from sources like olive oil, avocados, nuts, and even eggs. Read ingredient lists, not just nutrition facts, and avoid products with long lists of additives. Be especially wary of added sugars, which can appear under many different names. Incorporate plenty of colorful vegetables and berries, which contain heart protective compounds. After learning about these misconceptions, Patricia worked with a nutritionist to overhaul her approach to eating. She was surprised to find that adding back some foods she had been avoiding, like eggs and even occasional red meat from grass-fed Circes, actually improved her cholesterol profile. More importantly, by reducing the hidden sugars and refined carbohydrates in her diet, her inflammation markers improved significantly within just 3 months. The key message here is that heart-healthy eating isn't about buying products with health claims on the label. It's about understanding which foods truly support your cardiovascular system and which ones promote the inflammation that leads to heart disease. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Let's review these 5 dangerous habits that could be silently damaging your heart. 1. Ignoring sleep apnea symptoms, which forces your heart to work overtime when it should be resting. 2. Taking too much over-the-counter pain medication without understanding the heart risks. 3. Sitting for hours after meals, which makes your heart work harder to circulate blood. 4. Dismissing emotional stress and loneliness as unimportant to physical health. Following outdated, heart-healthy eating advice that actually increases inflammation. Remember Martha from the beginning of our video? After her heart stopped in that grocery store, she was fortunate that someone knew CPR and that paramedics arrived quickly. She survived, but her recovery has been long and difficult. During her rehabilitation, her doctors identified that she had been doing all 5 of these dangerous habits. Today, Martha is doing much better. She treats her sleep apnea, takes walks after meals, has found safer ways to manage her arthritis pain, joined a senior yoga class where she's made new friends, and completely changed her approach to eating. Her heart function has improved dramatically, and at 71, she says she feels better than she did at 60. You don't have to wait for a frightening wake-up call like Martha's. You can start making these simple changes today. None of them require special equipment or expensive programs. They're small adjustments that could quite literally save your life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Heart disease remains the #1 killer in America, taking more lives than all forms of cancer combined. But it doesn't have to be this way. By understanding and avoiding these 5 dangerous habits, you can significantly reduce your risk. I'd like to share one final thought. Your heart beats about 100,000 times every day without you having to think about it. It's been working tirelessly for you since before you were born. Isn't it worth making a few small changes to protect this amazing organ that's been taking care of you your entire life? Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.